supportive and positive learning experience. This is how that works. I met a young lady named Tara. Tara is a new member, and she's also a first-timer. Tara's goal is to spread awareness about using animals as therapy for people that have a mental illness. If Tara is placed in a supportive and positive learning environment, she will feel safe in order to make mistakes and in order to grow. And she will continue to grow as long as she knows she's got that support from a mentor. But more importantly, the environment in itself. As long as it's positive, she's going to stay engaged. That's the importance of having a supportive and positive learning experience. When that guest does the Google search on the internet and they wind up in your club, you have no idea who they are. They don't know you, but they walk and they see everybody having fun. They see everybody engaged. That makes them want to be engaged. So when you sit down with that guest at the end of the meeting and you look at that application, you flip it over to page 2, you look at that first column, and you start going down the Toastmasters promise, and so now it makes sense. No wonder everybody's having fun, because it says here, yes, one of the things I promise to participate. Okay, that makes sense. So when that club representative, that officer signs on the other side on the second paragraph that says, I ensure that as a club, we will ensure that it's properly mentored and oriented. So now they're in an environment that's supportive, is positive. They have a mentor. It makes it so much easier for that guest to say yes on the first night than having to wait on the second night or whenever. Now, a lot of people have, Mr. G's a perfect example. He's one of the biggest servants around here, 50 years. He's not speaking every week. But we all know just working out on the outside, out here, it can get very negative. Very negative. If your club has a supportive and positive learning experience, people like Mr. G, who's done the work already, can come in and get a jolt of positivity. He can be in an environment that's conducive to his lifestyle. There's no bickering and all this other kind of stuff. It's safe. He's among friends here. It's family. It's positive. So no matter what goes on during the week, one place where he can go that can be supportive and positive. Supportive and positive is what empowers people. There's a difference between being empowered and being encouraged. If you ever see a child on a bicycle he's never rode a bicycle without training wheels before, what do you have to do? You have to push it, right? That's what encouraging is. You have to push it and push it and push it. You will not ride that bicycle unless you push it. But when he becomes empowered and he learns how to balance himself and ride it, he just went from being pushed to being empowered. So now you're no longer pushing him, you have to go catch him before he runs into traffic. Right? When you have that type of atmosphere, that automatically empowers people. It doesn't push them. That happens at Toastmasters as well. Scott Martin is a perfect example. Been in Toastmasters for years. Same educational level for years. Then all of a sudden, just like that, switch flipped. It was at an event like this when he became empowered. This is what that ride is like when you get empowered. You drive all the way home in dead silence, not listening to anything. You go home, you sit on your couch in pitch darkness, or you laying in the bed, looking up at the ceiling, can't sleep. And then sooner or later you get up, just like he did, you look at yourself, with all of the excuses, all of the challenges you've had in the past, and you say, how about it, big fella? How about one more round? Just me and you, one-on-one. No excuses, winner take all. You saw him walk across the stage 12 months later as a DTM. That's because he was empowered by an environment. And let me say this. If any of you know Scott, Scott didn't do this because he had to become better at speaking. Scott's already a good speaker. This had nothing to do with him being a better speaker. It had nothing to do with him being a better leader. It had everything. Everything. With him once and for all, proving something to himself. And that one thing was that I, Scott Morgan, is not a quitter. And he proved it in front of the whole world for everybody to see. That's what happens when you become empowered by a supportive and positive experience. But when you become empowered, that also gives you greater self-confidence and personal growth. Because of that, you're going to start seeing more people step up in club officer roles, area directors roles, because of that self-confidence. And they'll see that as an opportunity for them to enhance their leadership skills, understanding that this is a system that's designed for them to succeed and not fail. You're going to see some other amazing things on the outside. You'll see people finally start picking up the phone. That's a hint. Pick up the phone and start calling companies, start calling organizations looking for speaking opportunities. You're going to see other amazing things like what Tina Gilliard's doing. Out there in the private sector with her products and services actually competing for business. And that's exactly the same thing you just talked about. That is a result of self-confidence, of someone that's been empowered by a supportive environment. That's the result. So, if I had to wrap this up, I'm not here, and my job is not to push you into some goal. My job is only to create a supportive and positive learning experience in which you can be empowered into your greatness. The rest is up to you. Now, we still have some work to do to finish strong. Become July 1st. I want you to think about what it is that you want. Know what you want, but more importantly, know why you want it. July 1st comes, we'll punch in. Let's get ready to go to work. Thanks.